steering away from any form of hypocrisy or those who are trying to drive a wedge among our people. On the economic front, since we regained our political independence, we are similarly in a dire need to restore our economy and economic independence. We need to bring our economy back on its feet. We have an elite experts and professionals, national talents, experienced, qualified, and dedicated. That's why we have all the opportunities to invest on various fronts. However, most importantly is our national unity, integrity, and that's why we need all the economic experts and professionals to step forward, come together, join forces, and lay down a roadmap for the future. We also wish to emphasize that we should live up to the trust given to us by the international community. And any form of aid given to us should be put into the right channels. We cannot tolerate anything that would undermine the national interests. At the same time, we should all embrace one stand, which is unity. We are one people, one united people. And if the countries supporting us, or those who were supporting us over the past years, if they see us fail, they will not continue to support Afghanistan or the Afghan people. This is a must. We should live up to the confidence of the international community in order to be able to attract foreign investment into Afghanistan. We must make available healthy, stable and safe atmosphere for all investors who are willing to come and invest in our country. This applies not only to the economy, but also to the health and education sectors. We should all join forces towards rebuilding our country. All the Afghan people will be part of the upcoming government. The government will be a representation of all the social fabric of the Afghan people. However, all those factions should have one goal: serving the country and serving the people. Again, I reiterate, if the international community, and namely the supporting countries who are providing assistance to Afghanistan, if they see us failing to apply these aids into the proper channel, they will not continue to support us. On the other hand, those who were cooperating with the foreign occupation. I assure them, do not fear, do not be afraid. Just come forward. Join the rank of the Afghan people. We will not even blame you. I will give you an example. I met with a customs official. This customs official gathered some customs duties, and all the amounts were kept in his own drawer. At the time he wanted to have lunch meal, he ordered meal and he paid out of his own pocket. This was an example of honesty, integrity. And this is the case of all the Afghan people. We are here to serve the people. We are here to serve the country, the homeland. I go back to the economy, to all investors, domestic and foreign. I invite you all to come and invest in Afghanistan. All the possible positive atmosphere will be available for you here. Your investments will be in good hands. The country will be stable and safe. This achievement, this victory, is not a product of our own hands. It is the product of all the Afghan people. We are all partners in this victory. Despite our political differences, this is always the case. However, we should turn a new chapter. We should bury the hatchet. We have no animosity against particular faction, party, or individual. We transcend above this all. This is a closed chapter of our history. We are all looking forward to the future with one eye, one goal in sight: rebuilding our country. Our own people have been suffering for a long time. And now it's our duty to bring all our people together. We have been reeling for 20 years under occupation, dire economic situation, and many other sufferings. To you and to all our Afghan people of all walks of life, to you I say, you are our fellow countrymen. We are part of you, and you are part of us. We, the Afghan people, are like a human body, and we are all parts and organs of this one body. All the Afghan people, you are all our countrymen, fellow Afghan, fellow citizens, fellow brothers in each and every corner of this country. We cannot march forward into the future without your participation and your support. All the Afghan parties, factions, and tribes will be represented in the government. We wish to continue to see our country free and independent. As Sheikh Dilawar gracefully said, we have good relations with the world community. And here I reiterate that we wish to continue with good relations with all the world states and let the world community know that we are stretching open our hands for amicable, friendly relations with all the countries based on reciprocity and mutual respect. And if the international community have any concerns, let these concerns be presented to us, and we will iron them out amicably and within diplomatic manners. We will spare no effort resolving all issues with the international communities through bilateral and multilateral good relations. And at the same time, we wish that the international community would not interfere in our own domestic affairs. Similarly, we cannot afford to intervene or interfere in any other country's domestic affair. We are marching forward into the future towards more stability, peace, and healthy atmosphere. We cannot tolerate to see Afghanistan once again a battlefield for any war. Afghanistan cannot be a source of threat or danger to any country. Similarly, we do not wish to see any threats against ours. We have been under several attacks from UK, by the former Soviet Union, by the United States. We did not trespass on...
Right, that was the Taliban's first statement coming in after the US exit from the country. The Taliban spokesperson Zabihullah Mujahid essentially appealed to foreign investors, giving them a sense of assurance that Afghanistan's new government, that is the Taliban, will be striving towards stability. He also called on capable Afghans, that is economic experts, to step forward and help rebuild the country. The focus here was on restoring the economy and helping to rebuild the country. And the Taliban said that for them, as of now, the most important objective is national unity. The spokesperson further said that he requests all economic experts to come forward and help rebuild the country as the Taliban hopes to attract foreign investment. The Taliban also said that it will aim to live up to the trust given by international community. Remember, several global nations have been skeptical if the Taliban will continue to live up to its promises or not. The Taliban further said that we are one united people, and it is this endeavor that will attract foreign investment into Afghanistan as the Taliban wants to focus on rebuilding the economy. The Taliban further said that countries which are supporting us, if they see us fail, they will not support us, referring to international aid that is the need of the hour for Afghanistan now that US troops have left the country. The Taliban reiterated that attracting foreign investment to rebuild the country is a must, and the focus hereon will be on rebuilding the country. He also said that the Afghan people will be a part of the government and there will be only one goal, which is serving the country and its people. Furthermore, he added and essentially made an appeal to the Afghans who are currently living in fear of any kind of revenge attacks, and he said that do not be afraid, come join the Afghan ranks and come invest in Afghanistan. The Taliban further said that any foreign investment coming in will be in good hands, as he made a promise that the country will be stable hereon. Some more highlights from the Taliban's first statement coming in since America ended its longest war in the country. The Taliban spokesperson Zabihullah Mujahid said that we should bury the hatchet and there should be no animosity or fear in the country going forward. Referring to America's longest war, he added that this should be hereon a closed chapter in our history. He appealed to Afghans in the country to help rebuild the country without any fear of any kind of revenge attacks. Remember, there are plenty of Afghans who are fearing some kind of revenge attacks or retaliations from the Taliban now that the US troops have left the country. Taliban further added that we wish to see our country free and independent and hope to maintain friendly relations with all countries based on reciprocity and mutual respect. Once again, for all those viewers tuning into WION World is One right now, the Taliban made its first remarks in its first press conference since the US exited the country earlier in the day. The spokesperson Zabihullah Mujahid said that there is a dire need to restore the economy, to rebuild the country from the ground up, and the focus as of now will be on attracting foreign investment into the country. He appealed to foreign investors to trust the new government in Afghanistan, saying that we also need economic experts to step forward without fear so that Afghanistan can live up to the trust supposedly endowed by the international community. Now, for a better understanding of the Taliban's recent comments, joining us now live on this broadcast is our correspondent Anas Malik from Kabul. Anas, thanks so much for joining us. Now, we just heard the Taliban spokesperson's first remarks since the US exit. What are the highlights according to you? Clearly, the Taliban is trying to attract foreign investment and rebuild the economy.
Absolutely. Their focus seems to be on attracting foreign investments, and that is what we heard that as well earlier today while he was at the airport. Informally, while speaking to the press, Zabihullah Mujahid, he was asking the foreign press to basically get their contacts running and get foreign investments in there as well. Addressing a press conference just a while back, he said that Afghanistan has all the opportunities to invest in various fronts. What is important is the fact that national unity. That is why they are actually asking professionals to come forward and lay a roadmap and road for the future. He said that while emphasizing on the people's trust, he said that they have to live up to the trust that have been given by the people, and they have to use the aid in a more proper manner. In response, he said that the Afghan Taliban would not tolerate anything against Afghanistan's national interests, and that the people of Afghanistan stand united. They must stand united, and that as a one nation. Countries which are supporting us, US, they have seen them fail, and they will not be supporting them. That is what they have. He said it. He's also said that it is important for them to live up to the confidence of the international community. They should be having a healthy, safe environment for investments as well. And he was urging people to join forces to rebuild Afghanistan. Priyanka?
Right. Anas, another important point that comes to mind is the fact that he asked fellow Afghans not to be afraid and come forward and help rebuild the country. We know that there are scores of Afghans who are currently living in fear of retaliation. Tell us more about the Taliban's comments on that.
Well, yes, he asked the Afghans to not be afraid and to go with the word of mouth with the fact that the Taliban are changed. But there seems to be a disconnect even now, though Kabul is now ripping up, and today is the 16th day of the Taliban takeover, and we're pretty much seeing that things are coming back on track. Traffic, markets, people, women, everything is going back on track, minus the government ministries. Privately, people are scared behind the camera, closed-door conversations and behind the camera conversations. They would express their mistrust, their fears to you, and perhaps that is a reflection of what its reflection has been seen in Zabihullah Mujahid's comments as well.
Right, Anas, we also heard the Taliban say that we should bury the hatchet, presumably referring to the US war in Afghanistan, and adding that there should be no fear or animosity, and this should in fact be a closed chapter in Afghanistan's history. Now, I know it's too early to make any speculation, but how will these comments be received by the West?
Well, the West, again, they would be waiting and watching on the actions, on the comments that have been made. Would they transpire into actions on ground or not? that would be something very, very significant to see, because the Taliban have been making comments, but their comments, how effective would they be, is something that the West would be closely and clearly watching out, and only then they would be able to take a call. Priyanka?
Right, Anas, thank you so much for all those updates. We're going to take a short break on WION World is One now, and we'll continue to track all the highlights from the Taliban's press conference. Thanks for watching.